type of stuff's gonna be like a drug. Like you're gonna sit there, you're gonna be like, man, this is awesome, this is a lot of fun. And all of a sudden, you want to get back into it. Like, man, I can't wait for next week. You know what I'm saying? Get your last little stretch in. Breathing all loud, smacking all loud.
You already know who this is, man. Like you said, Jeffrey Higgins.
What's good, beautiful people, brodies and brodettes? This is 285 Live. Your boy SirGarrett in the building, along with Maddogg.
Yes, sir. We are back.
Jeffrey Higgins, go ahead.
Big Bay Rico.
Yeah, your boy,
what's going
Big
on?
You know, it's been a good little minute since we've gone ahead and put something out, but you know, we're back. We took a little break for the Christmas holiday, New Year holiday. So we hope that everyone has enjoyed their time, you know, with the family and friends. But, you know, we weren't able to go ahead and meet up with each other as a group, as you can probably hear now. We're not all sitting on that big old couch and smoking on that hookah one time. Shout out to Vuv again.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. So, me and your boy Jeffrey Higgins, we was hanging out. We went to a Omarion concert. Well, it was a week-long concert, but that's why we kind of delayed a little bit because I had to hear Touch like back to back to back.
And that's all they heard.
That's it. That's all we heard for a week. But we're gonna go ahead and get into the show. How y'all been for this little break that we took?
Man, it was much needed for me. Not necessarily away from our beautiful peoples, you know what I'm saying, but just to breathe for a second and spend time with the family. You know, I had to go up to Memphis one more time. Yes, y'all will hear Memphis because that's where my in-laws are from, but I'm 404 through and through.
Yeah, SirGarrett, you was out there spending some money, weren't you?
Oh my God, don't get me started, bro.
Yep. He was spending thousands.
Basically a used car. The Mrs. SirGarrett wanted a purse.
The Mrs. SirGarrett.
Yeah. You know, she wanted a nice little purse, you know, and I told her I'd get it for her because, you know, she completed her master's back in October and, you know, she's always been wanting a nice little Louis Vuitton. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to go ahead and slide through. It ain't no problem. I did my overtime for a couple months. And let's just say I should have done triple time because what I had saved up wasn't enough. But, you know, I had a game plan. I had my finances in order, of course, with plan B and C, not thinking that I would have to use plan B and C.
Well, let me tell you, that's a year one thing for marriage. Once you start to get to year 6, you start to get Louis Vuitton. But Rico, what's up, man? How you been?
Man, just cool and vibing, feeling, man. Just sitting back and relaxing. Just enjoying life and, you know, glad that, you know, God gave me another year on this planet. You know,
Yes.
Appreciative of the small things, you know. Just been, just been relaxing, man. Just glad we back and we better, you know. And this new year, we went to 2022. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
2022. I thought we would have had flying cars by now, but, you know.
Yeah.
Gotta wait a little longer.
Come on, Tony.
That's
Toronto.
Yep. So.
Watch too much Futurama right there, my guy.
Yeah. And I'm going from the 285 north right now. Jeffrey Higgins, what's up, man?
Oh, what's going on, y'all, man? I'm doing pretty good. I can't really complain. Made it to another year, 2019. We here. I just feel like I have a good group of people around me, so I can't really complain. Starting with my family and then starting with you guys. You guys have really just been able to really crack down on me when I you know wasn't going in the right direction. So I'm just glad that everybody's here, everybody's safe, everybody's just, you know, striving to do better and to be better so that we can, you know, all be wealthy and healthy. Oh, yeah. So I can't complain.
That's what's up, man. And we, of course, I gotta ask my road dog, my CEO part 2, man. Maddogg, how you been feeling, man?
I feel like I've been on a roll lately. I just been like, I've been making content for not only 285 Live. I just reopened my other channel. I used to do parody videos back in the day. So I opened up my channel for Tales of the Abridged. That's where I used to do a bridge series before I died out. But I started doing a new stream. I'm doing a lot of gaming. I break away from my wife a little bit. She gets mad, but she gives me an hour and 30 minutes to do my thing. So I'm appreciative. I'm appreciative for that. This time, like I said, I went to the Omarion concert, so I had a lot of time to myself. And to spend with my lady as well. We've been reconnecting, rekindling. 2022 is going to be our year, just to really get on this passive income, because that's the thing that I'm on right now. I don't want to be just relying on the check that I get at work. I want to make a brand for myself, a brand for us, the 285 Live guys, and
Absolutely.
Anything else that I touch, my friends, all their content too. I want to be able to push everything out and make sure that we're all on top for this year.
Absolutely, and that's the new goal for 285 Live. We put out our first 5 episodes. First off, let's just talk about that. Like, not many podcasts make it this far, have such loyal people following behind them, give great comments, and we take notes on said comments to make things better for our viewers and our listeners. So we appreciate it, and we're grateful for the direction that we're going towards. Just be prepared for things to come in 2022. Things are going to get bigger, things are going to get better, and hopefully one of these days y'all get to see our little ugly mugs a little bit more. So
and our guests in 2021 were amazing. We had in episode 1, we had Mo in episode 2, we had Cortez Harris, the pastor, the Renaissance man, in episode 4, and we had Joshua Burkhouse just for Christmas for episode 5. Everything has just been like surreal, man, for real.
Yeah. And just like how Maddogg was talking about earlier, we just want to be able to not only bring light to what we do, but bring light to other businesses and entrepreneurships that we know about and know personally, that deserves a moment in the spotlight. So be on the lookout. If you have something that you want to go ahead and share to the world, go ahead and DM us on our IG page, on our Facebook. Our Facebook booming right now. I don't think y'all know.
Followers.
Yep, booming like Antonio Brown.
Yeah, and on MySpace, make sure y'all check that out.
We going on my MySpace now.
No, our Twitter too. Our Twitter game been on that real good stuff. I don't know. Instagram kind of slacking.
Really?
Yeah. I saw 123 last week, and I saw 123 today, and I was like, man, what?
Wow.
But it can't be me. I'm just playing.
No, that's what's up, man. So like I said, there's some things that surprise us through and through. But let's go ahead and jump into let's call it the meat.
Before we jump into the meat. This is episode 6, Surviving Omarion. And we have all 4 members of the podcast on for the first time. All 4 of us are here.
Oh, you're right.
It's crazy. It's ridiculous. Like that is over with. Like, this is gonna be the best episode. I'm just throwing it out there. All 4 of us together, putting our brains together, like Voltron, like the Power Rangers, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm Raphael. Y'all can fight over Leonardo.
Why you gotta be Raphael? I don't know.
You gotta be right.
Because I just gotta be Raphael. My name starts with R. Okay.
What?
I mean,
that ain't important right now.
But nah, so going into the I was about to call it the meat and potatoes, but we're gonna call it the lemon pepper wings and fries. You feel me? When we jump into those, you know what I'm saying?
Lemon pepper wings.
Yeah, lemon pepper wings. Wait.
I think we should just do buffalo wings, because and Buffalo has the best wings. It's better than
I think honey garlic wings.
We're a whole Atlanta-based content. Like, you gonna just throw Buffalo out there?
Because I live here.
285 live, folks. This was the shortest amount of time all four of us have been on the podcast because we have to get kicked out.
We gotta close down, man. Hold on,
And
we
the
gotta talk about
nonsense has already started.
That's
We
crazy.
already started. We already messed it up.
Hey, he talking about Buffalo, Atlanta. Though. He talking about Buffalo, New York. He talking about
Buffalo. Yeah.
But anyway, since we are in the new year, we're going to talk about our resolutions, what resolutions mean to us, if we go ahead and support them or not. You know, just to open things up.
Year, new me.
New year, new me. But for a lot of us, we've been the same person for the past 20-some years. So, yeah. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and open it up first. With the resolutions, you know, for myself and Mrs. SirGarrett, we're gonna go ahead and be a part of a fast that is respectfully with our church. So we're gonna stay away from processed meats, processed sugars, alcohol. Oh, I had a couple thug tears, you know, just a minute ago thinking about it. So we're trying to lose weight as well, get closer with God respectfully. Yeah. And you know, that's one of our things. And for me, it's well needed. It's well needed. You know, the fast food, you know, it's just so convenient to go ahead and grab something greasy, and then all of a sudden, you know, my clothes ain't fitting the way I wanted to, and you know, going up the stairs is a little bit harder than it used to be. Not saying that I'm obese, but I could tell the difference in my healthy versus my not so healthy. So that was kind of my motivation there, because I ain't paying for new clothes. I'll tell you that right now. So I want to be able to keep everything the same, or get back to my playing weight days, you know, when I was able to run and jump over cars like Mamba, RIP Mamba, you know. And yeah, man, I'm getting a little bit older, so I have to watch what I eat. I can't eat everything the way I want to. So but yeah, that's one of them. I don't want to take up all the airtime, but we're gonna go ahead to let's go with Big Bay Rico over there. What's some of your resolutions, if you have any? Oh, yeah, you.
Oh no, he didn't.
Well,
he gonna resolve to be paying attention.
man, resolutions. I usually don't do the resolution things each year. But if I had to say one thing, I say just be in a different situation, a better situation than you were last year. Whether that's spiritually, physically, financially, you know. So if you're doing what you're doing last year, you ain't doing it. You ain't living life. So
Yeah.
You know, one of my cousins always told me that you're making the same amount of money. If your body hasn't improved, if your health hasn't improved, then you know you backtracking at this point. You know.
Right. Absolutely.
You don't need a time machine. You're already going back. So, but just ain't the right way. But yeah, that's what I would say. If I did have one, but I just keep it that every year.
Just doing better than what you did last year. I feel you.
Yeah, and I think everybody should just held that to their standard. Your body, your mind, mentally, your knowledge, improving that and lining yourself on things, and just everything. You know.
Yeah. That makes sense. Mr. Higgins, what you got, big dog?
Except for us colored folks, we can't improve our credit score. So,
all right, yeah, he got it. He got it. For me, in terms of my resolutions for this new year, well, my first resolution is to eat healthier, even though I'm about to eat some McDonald's. And then
that's
my second resolution, yeah.
Hey, at least you're getting 3 less nuggets than with.
Nah, I'm getting that whole spicy chicken sandwich. I'm about to eat a meal. My second one, I would have to say, is to manage my money better. Simply because I have a goal to get a car within the next few months. So, you know, I'm trying to really crack down on myself when it comes to that, and not just when it comes to that, just being able to have more money financially, and to develop healthier habits with my finances. And then another resolution would have to be well, shoot, I think that's it. Oh yeah, no kids. I think. Yeah, we're gonna see how that one goes. But yeah, I think that's about it.
We can talk about that one later, my guy.
Yeah.
Maddogg.
He got that one off quick too. You heard that? He was like, no kids. But is it my turn? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I try to resolve to do like try to make a year of something. Like last year, I made it my year of professionalism. I wanted to increase like I wanted get pay raises, get promoted, which I did all that. I'm being self-congratulatory right now, but this
Right.
year is gonna be my year of creativity, where I'm like I said, I'm putting everything out on YouTube, doing more streams, I'm recording more. I'm just having a lot more fun than I did last year. I had a lot of fun last year, but last year we were preparing for the wedding for SirGarrett and Mrs. SirGarrett. Did the bachelor trip. All of that was a blast. Um,
Yeah.
I got to focus on my work, my school, too, as well as that. But this year is going to be creativity. I'm gonna get back into writing. I'm trying to learn how to make music. I'm trying to dip my toes into everything. Like I really want to just be for any better words to say the Renaissance man of 2022. Like I really want to be moving around doing things. I don't want to just be standing still anymore. Last year I taught myself like just being very lazy. After working in school, I would come home and I just all right, I'm going to bed. I'm not gonna do anything. And like all these ideas were running in my mind, they were turning in my mind. I'm like, I need to go write stuff down. I need to go do this, and I wasn't doing any of that. And I was getting bigger, lazier. I wasn't playing any sports like I like to do. Like when I play basketball, I was just in my mind. I was failing at my creative side. So now I'm getting back into it. I've been having fun. It's only been what 10 days so far in January, and I feel like I've made more content in 10 days than I have in 6 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm really on. That's what I'm resolving to do. Like you said, we are fasting at our church. We're doing a corporate fast. I'm waking up in the morning. We had prayer this morning with our church global leadership Christian, which is located in Decatur. So shout out to them. Shout out to Pastor Tony, Pastor Alicia, Cash. For them, it's the year of collaboration.
Yep.
So I'm not ashamed to say that I'm Christian. I'm not ashamed to shout out my church. If I can shout out food, I can shout out, whatever drink I'm drinking at this time. I can shout out.
Yeah.
I'm interested in learning
For
about
sure, for sure.
Jesus Christ. Check out Global Leadership Christian Center. It is a down to earth church, down to earth pastors, and we all just have a good time. But had to get that off my chest. But for me, like I said, creativity. That's the year. This is the year. I do believe in resolutions. I do believe that every year you should rewrite your goals. You should evaluate the goals that you had last year. You should check mark if you were able to succeed. You should put X's if you weren't. That way you can keep yourself accountable.
Absolutely.
That's the topic that we're going to bring up later is accountability. And if I preach accountability, I need to be on my own self about it because
Absolutely.
it's important. We sit here, we write goals down in a book, and then we'll lose the book, and then look at the goals 5 years later, like what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how we miss our blessings a lot of times because we forget what we wanted to do in the first place. Like we started in January, and by August we've already broke everything. Every single goal that we wanted, we broke. So I don't want to be that guy no more. And I'm gonna get off my soapbox and let SirGarrett run the show.
No, it's all good, man. You brought up a lot of good points, man. I'm kind of going to backtrack on shouting out again, global leadership. That was one of my resolutions as well, is to be even more involved within the church because you get involved in the missions that that they have, the food drives and the toy drives and the insert here drives, you know what I'm saying? And and like Maddogg was saying, it's a it's a very down to earth church to where any and everybody that's within it should be responsible for something. And seeing as how I kind of had this epiphany where since I'm already always near the microphone and giving off my 2 cents and some due diligence of how to better oneself on here and not really getting my message out of the word of God, because again I too am not afraid to go ahead and admit that I accept Jesus Christ my Lord and Savior. My pastor wants me to go ahead and start ministering as well. So that's one of my resolutions, is to get a couple under my belt and let God use me the way he needs me to use me, because if he's giving me a voice, I'll go ahead and use it for his name's sake and for the sake of other salvation. So that's definitely on my list. But now that we're getting back into our 285 live, that just lets you know where we sit as men, as young Black men in this state, in this country, in this current world state. This is where our mindset is as a unit, not just for myself. But let's go ahead and jump into the topic of accountability. Now, I would say, first and foremost, with our community, I'm gonna go ahead and drop it heavy. If y'all cool with it, I'm gonna go heavy with it.
Yeah, keep it real.
So I've had this conversation a lot with some people that I know, and the bottom thesis that we've come up with is that we as a Black community don't like to be held accountable for the mistakes or flaws that we can mend. Now, there are things that are just out of our hands, but when it comes to owning your mistakes or falling short of your goals, it's always like blaming somebody else when all in all, everything was in your hands. So I kind of had to step back and make sure that I understood that I would do that on occasion. I know that for a fact, because like going to the gym is like, that used to be my favorite thing to do. Going to the gym. It still is, I still have love for it, but there's other things that come about. However, if I can make time to hop on the PlayStation and play 2K with the boys, which, in parentheses, we will talk about later, close parentheses. It's, if I can make time for that, then I can make time, 30, 45 minutes, an hour for the gym. That's more beneficial to my well-being versus playing video games. And it's like, oh, well, I got to do overtime. Oh, I got to make this money. Nah, the money will always be there. You know what I'm saying? The position will always be there. You got to look out for yourself and whatever goals that you set. Because at the end of the day, you're the one in control of this body. You're the one in control of your destiny. So why not go ahead and push full throttle? Of course, obstacles come all the way through, come through every once in a while, but it's on you to go ahead and push through. And if you can't, try to find help to get around it, get through it, under it, over it, whatever, will get the job completed. So I just kind of want to go around the virtual table, if you will, and see what everyone else's perspectives is. I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna go with Maddogg this time and see where he, where his mind's at with that.
Okay. So like I said, I've been thinking about accountability for years. Really, the first time I really was like, man, I feel like people just are allergic to the word accountability. When I was in the military, like people would throw you under the bus just because they didn't want to take the blame, and they knew that they were the one that made the decision. And I'm like, I never understood it, because when I became a leader, I was like, I'm gonna take the rap, and I'm gonna defend my position on what I decide, because I'm a man, And if you're a woman too, like, you should be able to defend what you've done and say, yeah, I made a mistake. Let me learn from it. Let me move on from it. But for some reason, not just the Black community, I've seen it happen with, any type of person, like people in general. They have this hard time just being able to say, I messed up. And they find whatever's close to them to say, oh, this person, he told me I should have been here at 5 o'clock. And then that we see you in the chat. We see that you like the message that said be there at 4:30. You responded to it, okay, I'll be there at 4:30. But you still gonna say that somebody else set you up. Instead of saying that I messed up, I overslept, I didn't set my alarm, people just feel the need to push it on somebody. And I feel like that's a big deal in the Black community because, of course, there are incidents where, like, okay, we have the police and higher paid people who are trying to hold us back. But then there are cases where people, they say, okay, it was the environment that I grew up in that held me back. I wasn't able to make it because I grew up in the projects. I grew up in the projects too. Like my brothers, my sisters, we all grew up in the projects, but we didn't let that hold us back. We couldn't let that hold us back because we had goals.
Correct.
You can't just sit there and live in that as a 30-year-old man and sit there and be like, yeah, I grew up in the projects, so I'm not going to get a job. I'm not going to do better for myself. I'm not going to take care of my kids because I grew up in an environment that taught me that was okay. Okay, that's okay maybe back in the day when you didn't have information in your hands. Like we have smartphones, we have Google everywhere. So you have better examples of Black men, Black women, Black people in general doing good things. Why are you still holding on to what the streets, quote unquote, taught you? Why are you still being held back by what your environment brought you up to be? I've seen people change, like Tookie Williams, like with the prison wrote books, motivational speaker. Why can't we fall in line with people like that who have made those mistakes and
Right.
have decided to change, who decided to change their lives for the better instead of just looking at the dope boy who, okay, he did make some money, of course. That does look appealing from a 20-year-old standpoint. But when you're 30, you see that man, you still see him struggling. He's still where he used to be. He didn't move up in it. So why take him as an example when you can take a doctor, you can take these actors who are activists, you can follow their examples. But we get stuck using that as an excuse, and it bothers me to no end that we as a community can't be accountable for ourselves. So
right.
That's what I got to say about that.
So my question is, and it's for the whole group. I kind of not to halt, Jeffrey Higgins and Big Bay Rico's thought process, but I just want to throw this question out. So, like, at what age or whatever, do we look at ourselves or other people and go, okay, now it's too much. You know what I'm saying? Now you're doing too much. Now you're not doing enough. Now you got to get off the button and move. Because, like you were saying, you got the dope boys who are, selling the money at 20, and not that I'm saying I'm condoning any type of transactions of such, but even Cat Williams was like, hey, yo, if you ain't moved up from weed to cocaine, then what you doing in life? You know what I'm saying? Like what you doing? Like even with the evils of the world, there's still a level of progression. Like, again, not condoning it, but you gotta, just like the resolution that Big Bay Rico was saying, you gotta be better than where you were 6 months ago, a year ago, 5 years ago. And if you're still doing the same thing, then the world's just gonna pass you by.
Yeah.
It's crazy to see those same folks that we saw from high school. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, they're still holding on to they're still holding on to their popularity from high school. And we now, what, 30?
Yeah.
We're about to be 30.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Been out of high school for 10 years and still want to talk about what you did back when you were.
Some of y'all 50.
No, we ain't up there yet.
But but I get what you're saying though. Like there's still people who are going around, man, you know, back in the day, you know, I used to talk to so and so and such, and like, all right, cool, but now you got 3 baby mamas, or now you got, you know, kids that you got to worry about and take care of, and you still talking about what you did back then. Like we are here now. Like we're here. It's cool to acknowledge what you did in the past, but you can't relive them spots. Once you can't unring a bell.
Yeah, and
You can.
it's so many opportunities to go out here and make money, and people just they get caught up. They're like, for a house job because I don't have any skills. And it's like, okay, if you build skills, take the time to build skills today. You can go out and have your own business. Like I have cousins who do like construction, who make bank. Like they make like a lot of money doing constructions. They do they clean driveways with the pressure washer, all that type of stuff. Moving companies, they got like CDLs, and it's just still people who just sit there and be like, I messed up 10 years ago. Now I can't do anything. That's not an excuse, man. Like felons are out here getting their own business. So
Absolutely.
like it's time for us as a community to stop holding on to that tired excuse being a product of our environment.
Yeah.
There's no excuse anymore.
Absolutely. Hey Rico, what you got for us, big dog? What do you dub as, you know, your what's your perspective on accountability? I know we talked about a lot, so I'm going to bring the question back up to you.
Definitely. Not just our people, or African American people, but definitely in this generation period, people have problems taking accountability. It's always what can I do? What can you do for me? And never, you know, it's a selfish mentality of what I've seen. You know? What can you do for me? Or it's your fault that I didn't get this way. It's the white man's fault I didn't get this job, or it's the black guy. You know, everybody's pointing fingers, but not blaming themselves for their own actions. So, you know, it's sad to say, you know, I don't know what we have to do to change this, but people do definitely need to take more accountability for their actions.
Correct. I mean, there's a lot that can be done. You know, even it first goes off of education. Like that's just the first step to everything. Is the level of education. Not necessarily saying like where you left off at in high school or where you left off at whatever schooling that you stopped at. But if you're interested in something, you have to always do your research, your background history on said topic. Like there's no way you can go into an interview for a job and not be able to bring up how it got started, how many people were there, with the type of pay it comes with, or ask about the benefits, any concerns about said document. So if you don't have the information off the rip, find it or find it yourself, or ask somebody that's in that position as to how they got there. Now, everyone's not going to tell you their success level, but they may give you, you know, that life seedling. You know,
it's out there for grabs. You know, another thing I noticed, even just in relationships, people use just the simplest things. Oh, their zodiac sign. Oh, I'm I don't know. Give me a talk. I'm a Scorpio, so this is what I'm supposed to do. What? That doesn't make any sense. You're in control. Let's say there is some truth, you know, zodiacs, which I do believe there is, but that shouldn't determine who you are as a person all the way, because you can change certain traits if you're willing. Saying that's more powerful, or saying that's more powerful than yourself, or that's saying that's more powerful than God, because you can improve yourself. You can't blame everything on, oh, I have this trait to be toxic or this and that. No, that's just you.
That's the worst one. I promise you, that's the worst. When people just identify as being toxic, I'm like, why? Yeah. Why? If you notice a problem with yourself and you've already identified it, why not change it?
Yeah. Right. And it's so funny because like, because think about that. You have to go to an app. You got to go to a newspaper to read about yourself and how you're supposed to act for the day. Like, come on.
You don't really know yourself. You don't really know yourself. You literally have to go to an app to tell you to elucidate to yourself, like to
Right.
explain to yourself. Like that doesn't make any sense.
Right. That's funny to me. But let's go ahead, because I know Deacon Reverend Minister Dr. Jeffrey Higgins got
Sister brother Deacon Higgins.
So yeah, let's go ahead and hear that good word.
Yeah.
Preach.
Honestly, if you ask me, I mean, well, I was asked. We can't change, how other people go, or like their mindset when it comes to accountability, because it all starts within yourself.
Correct.
And if somebody don't want to do that, I'm not saying they ain't got to do it, because the healthiest thing is for you to do it. But if somebody don't want to do it, then they just not gonna do it. For me, when it comes to me being accountable of my own actions and what I do, sometimes I don't want to do that. Sometimes I don't feel like doing it. Sometimes I know that it's good for me to do it, and I'm just like, no, not today. It's on, but that's not good. That's and that was 2021. I'm not doing that in 2022. New year, new me. You know how it goes. But at the same time, it's just like I said, it's healthy. It's a healthier thing for you to do when you are taking accountability. Now, for the black community, now I must say we have a hard time with doing such, and that's not a good thing, because at the end of the day, if we don't do it, you know what I'm saying, then we're not gonna be able to move forward. And I just feel like that's what's holding us back as people. And when it comes to men, or when men and women, you want to get fit, go to the gym. You know why you're fat. You know why. Now
Also,
another.
He got his Dr. Phil voice on, man. It's killing me.
Y'all know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
It's just, that's how I'm gonna say it. Now, another thing, you want to be healthier. Your teeth messed up, go to the dentist. And I know black people don't like going to doctors and dentists, and I understand, because I'm one of them. But you got to do it. You have to do it. And another thing, when it comes to like the history and how we move forward as people, and despite of how the police brutality, and now I must say there have been a couple of there are a good amount of instances where it's our fault, we did it to ourselves, and now it's caught on camera. Now we're feeling bad because we saw one of our fellow African American brothers or sisters getting mollywopped, but we just got to do better as people. Like you say, accountability. You got to take accountability for everything that you do.
And that's that last part right there. That's one of my pet peeves when it comes to, let's say, the accountability of holding other people accountable, i.e. with their actions, or something is wrong, but yet the very first thing that people do, regardless of skin color, regardless of gender, regardless of sexual orientation, is pull out the phone, not to ask for help if you can't give the help, but to record it and think everything will be okay. Like, oh, they're going to jail. Well, true, that person could have been going to jail, or that person could have been saved by you who's holding said device. And it just, the glorification of clout nowadays is unreal. And to me, it started with the, well, I mean, Black Lives Matter is already not a thing, but I just don't know why people are so quick to record, a fight, and then all of a sudden.
Let me stop you right there.
Go ahead.
Now, y'all know I am a colored person. If I'm really thinking about it, my thoughts on that, this goes to accountability. Do Black lives really matter? Because we say all of this and we say, oh, the white man slaughtering us down the street. But every day we go out, you see Black brothers mean mugging each other. Black sisters, they like, oh, she thinks she cute. When you could just compliment them or just say, hey, good morning, speak past them. No other group of people does that except for, and that's the accountability issue we also have to take. A lot of murders, like I was listening to a guy going on a rant earlier, a lot of violent things that happen is because people have too much pride. They don't take accountability. It goes back to accountability. You know, it's just a lot of that stuff.
I think pride is the rival of accountability.
Yeah, definitely.
Just for the simple fact of, and I think what you were saying ties into what I was saying as well, Rico, of, well, you know, it's if I have to deal with that person, then everyone's gonna think I'm the bad guy.
Right.
You know, but it's not necessarily you being the bad guy. It's more of, I see that person as myself, and I would hope through the looking glass that if I was that said victim, that I would be the, you know, I'd be the one to receive help as well.
Yeah.
You know, and nobody wants to get hurt for a stranger. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to lose their life for a stranger. But it's deeper than that. Like, I know personally, if I saw something go left in front of me, that'd be the biggest regret of my life, because there's no way I could sit right with myself with the level of morals and standards that I have. I can't speak for everybody else, but even if you have even if you dub somebody as having the lowest of morals or lowest of standards, at some point in your life, whether it be immediate or 100 years down the road, you know, it's gonna eat at you. And those type of events define the person as to who you are.
Right.
So why not go ahead and speak up when things aren't right, you know, or go ahead and step in when you know something's about to go down. We're so entertained by someone else's discord and unfortunate consequences to where we want to be the source. We want to be the source that hits all the outlets of this person passing away, and then all of a sudden, you know, everyone's coming after you, because everything is going to be split in half. You're going to have people that are going to congratulate you for exposing such a thing, or they're going to demonize you for exposing such a thing because you could have done something.
Yeah. And I want to pontificate on some points that Rico brought up, and bring in some points that Jeffrey Higgins brought up too as well.
Yeah.
It's not that we have some type of hidden agenda against Black Lives Matter or anybody who defends like certain issues that we bring up. Is that I feel, Maddogg personally feels that when we bring up issues related to the Black community, when it's like violence in the Black community, why is it that we need to push off and say, hey, why are we talking about Black on Black when we should be going against the white man? And like, why do we feel the need to put that shield up, like that excuse up? If we're
it's the accountability.
It is the accountability. Like, if we're trying to address something that we see on our streets that we can handle as a group, as a community, as a family, as people who look like the other person that took a person's life, why is it wrong to say, hey, can we talk about this right here first? We have to start within before we can go after who we deem as the enemy.
There you go.
If, as a soldier, if I have discourse in my ranks, how are we supposed to fight the enemy? If I got a sergeant and a staff sergeant fighting each other, I'm not going to expect them to go lead somebody out there to destroy the enemy. We can't.
Again, not saying white people are enemies.
Not saying that white people are enemies. I'm saying like people who we know who are against us, like the KKK, like
Aryan Brotherhood.
Yes, those people who we know who will never accept us. Before we go after them, we have to go after the problems in our own community to fix. We gotta fix within. We gotta make sure our body is good before we go out to battle. That's what we try to say when we're saying, hey, let's talk about this issue. Let's talk about gang violence. Let's talk about
supporting other Black businesses, but let's talk about Black businesses messing over its own people.
Yeah, let's talk about all that. I don't want to see people be stank to each other no more. Like we shouldn't have to feel threatened when we see people walking down the street, like who live in the same city as us, who is probably related to us in some type of way. We shouldn't feel threatened that somebody's gonna take your car or
Or your life.
or your life. That shouldn't be a problem with the Black community. We should all be in unison at this point. If we've all been through this for like the past 7-8 years, it's been loud. We've been loud and proud about Black Lives Mattering. It has to matter to us too. Like Rico said, it has to, or else we're not gonna get nowhere. We gotta be accountable for our own people. We gotta be accountable for the men who leave their girlfriends with the kids, or the girls who leave the men and don't let the men see the children. It's all backwards. It's all destroying us from within, and we're embracing it. We have skits nowadays where people are just like laughing about this stuff, like, "Oh, I'm just gonna leave her, like gonna be left with the kids, and I'm just gonna like that's not funny. To me, it's not funny. It's disgusting.
No.
Like we gotta stop doing stuff for clout, and we gotta really evaluate who we are as people. Or we could just sit there and deny it, and just do what we've been doing, and never grow from it, and just not be accountable. It's up to you.
That's one of my things that, I mean, just growing up, it's always been like that right there leads into all the stereotypes, you know what I'm saying, that we've heard growing up. And at some point, you're just going to have to say, no, I'm not, I don't want to be that. I don't want to be a number, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be another joke. Like, it's like that type of stuff's supposed to be within our community. Like, oh, you're not Black if you don't hit these checkpoints right here. And it's like, well, I don't fit out of the 5 possible categories, I only fit in 1. So does that not make me Black? You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, nobody wants to be a number anymore, or statistic. If you want to be that, you want to be it for something good, for something productive, for something, good in life. So just, you have to take accountability. You can't just say, "Oh, I grew up in the hood." Yes, I have younger cousins on my other side. I've seen them. They're looking at NBA YoungBoy videos, and they're only 2 years old when they should be looking at Elmo, learning their ABCs. Yes, That is a hardship, but it starts with the parents too. Like my parents came from nothing, pretty much, home to home, place to place, some of the worst places in the United States. But they made a way for me as best as they could, even though I did have to go through some urban areas, and then they did the best to keep me in the good areas. So I got to see different demographics, but in the end, I made a choice what not to go to.
Yeah, absolutely.
I took accountability. Yes, I honestly believe as Black people, there's no denying that we do have a harder route to get to the top. Like, okay, we can have the same opportunities and the same pathway, but let's say I have 45 boxes to jump over before I reach the finish line, while someone else's is just a straight shot.
Yeah.
I'm not going to point out any ethnicity of people, but I'm just saying that what I've experienced. But that doesn't mean it can't be done.
Yeah, you have to put the work in. Take that journey too. Like,
exactly.
You already know you're set up. We were playing the game on Hall of Fame while other people were playing on rookie, but you got to be able to prepare yourself to take that. That's just the truth of how everything is. But we're gonna take the next 5 minutes to wrap up this first point of accountability, and we're gonna take our ad break. We'll get back into it. So, SirGarrett, would you mind your last final thoughts? Go around the room.
Yeah. So pretty much the one thing I want to finish up with is, at the end of the day, we have to progress, regardless of where we're at in life, financially, socially. We have to do better, not for the sake of others, but for ourselves. And the only person that should be giving you that sign of approval is yourself. Never measure your success to others because you're not walking the same light as other people. It may be similar, but y'all might go down different alleyways. So And also don't depend on everyone else to be your motivation. You yourself should be your own motivation. Every single day that you look in your wallet, every single day that you go outside and get yourself healthier, when you look at yourself in the mirror, every single time you go on TV and you see that dream car, dream house that you want, you are your own motivation. You are the only one that should be going ahead and pushing your limits beyond to where they're at right now. So that you can look back this time 2023 and be like, yo, I made it. You know, I'm not done, but I got what I wanted done in 2022. So now it's time to go even harder than what I did, the year before.
Dr. Jeffrey Higgins, what are your final thoughts?
My God. Yeah, so basically what I want to say is, well, that was great what y'all said. But you gotta keep pushing. You gotta keep pushing. You gotta understand and realize that like you said, everybody's paths are going to be different. They're not gonna all be the same. And as long as you just stay consistent with doing what you are supposed to do and doing what you have to do in order to get to where you want to be, then you'll get there. You might have some struggles and some bumps, throughout the road, but you'll get there. And as long as you keep God at the forefront, yeah, you'll be all right. I said, as long as you keep God at the forefront, and you'll be all right.
Everybody put $5.
I hope y'all have a good day. Everybody stay
collection
safe.
bucket is going around. The collection bucket is going around. Please put $5 there, please.
Big Babe Rico, what you got to say?
So I just say, man, once you take it a step at a time, first it starts with yourself. Accountability, man. You take accountability, that could just lead to so much change. And I can't say that I'm perfect, and I can't say, I don't take accountability for everything, but I'm working my way there. And lately I've been taking, if everybody would, even if it isn't your fault, sometimes just take the accountability. Because if everybody thought that way, the world would be a lot better place. Sometimes you got to go down for the team. A basketball shot. Say I pass it to this person. He misses the shot. I'm not even gonna blame that on him. I'm gonna put it on me.
Respect that.
I could have ended the game,
I
but
respect that.
that's an analogy. But yeah.
I disagree.
Okay. We're gonna get into that after the break. Let me get my final thoughts out for Maddogg. I just want to be intentional with everything that I do. I want to start being more accountable for my own personal goals, my own professional goals as well. I'm gonna be accountable for the team too. We are a team, 285 Live. This is my brotherhood. Just so much that we bring to the table, all four of us. So we have so much room to grow. We will be upgrading all this stuff. I promise you, we're not gonna just end it, not show up. We're gonna be here, and it's gonna be beautiful. I do want y'all to follow us on Facebook. Our Facebook is 285 Live. Our Instagram is 285 Live, guys. We got Twitter, guys, 285 Live. All that stuff is free. I actually made a little graphic for this time, so you'll be able to see it. You'll see Omarion dancing. You'll see our logo. I kind of made it pop this time, so you don't have to go searching through the description. But if you do want to see our personal accounts, it's going to be in the description, because I'm going to need to get those new Instagram names from Sir Rico and Jeffrey, because they keep Rico and Jeffrey, because they keep changing it.
And not letting nobody know, Goofy.
Right. Big Bay Rico, you feel me? But my new social media, Instagram and Twitter, is Big Bay 127. But it is your boy Big Bay Rico. Add me on PlayStation. Add me on Xbox, Big Bay 127. You know, you can't look me up on there. I probably won't accept your friend request, but if you send me $5, I might accept it.
Being real. He gotta spend that on DC on his new person he about to make.
We gonna talk about it after the ad break, y'all. Hold on to it. Hold on to it. But
Yeah.
Let's get to that.
But yeah, go ahead, you know, Brodies and Brodettes, beautiful people. Go ahead and grab y'all a snack. Go ahead and stretch, stand up, do all that good stuff, and stay hydrated. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Stay hydrated.
Yo, and we are back. I'm here again with Maddogg, Big Bay Rico, and
Big
Professor
Bay.
Dr. Reverend Minister Jeffrey Higgins.
Hallelujah.
So
Jeffrey.
before we went to commercial break, you know, Big Bay Rico was talking about, you know, his 2K status, and so
Right.
over the winter break.
At this point, I'm gonna go to Miami. At this point,
I was you know, ever so blessed by Mrs. SirGarrett. I was able to get a PlayStation 4, so the rest of the group was able to already had one. So now we're playing online. You go ahead and
join the dark side.
Finally,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying? And you know, we're posting it on our YouTube, and so we all got NBA 2K22 right now. This is where the accountability really shows up, right? So so we went ahead. You know, I'm new to 2K22. And these boys have been playing it a little bit ahead of me. So we designated a certain somebody in this group right here as the head coach initially, right?
Wait, we didn't designate. He just designated himself.
Yeah, Big Bay. Yeah, no, we ain't gonna. Yeah,
it ain't even that person who y'all think is the person.
We're gonna keep it accountable. All right. So I mean, I try to be nice, but you know it's accountability episode, so we gotta throw the names in the air.
Well, he's hopping online right now to get some practice in right now. I see you.
Hey, I was actually to let my system update. That's all I was trying to do.
Yeah, he an update live. That's what he is. An update.
I get all y'all lose now. I got to be ready.
So we went ahead. Big Bay Rico went ahead and designated everyone to have certain builds in 2K. You know, 2K is a basketball game, and create your own player, play online with different people and stuff. Create your own teams. So Rico went ahead and designated everybody a certain build and type of style of play. And there's this thing called the rec. And so what it is like you play a 5-on-5 with your friends.
Recreational basketball.
Yeah, good old recreational basketball. And of course you have the ability to upgrade your people based off of sheer hard work or if you got $20 laying around. And if you go ahead and, you know, play 4 quarters of a game and things of that nature and, you know, see who wins and upgrade your person, so on and so forth. You get to claim good prizes and whatever. And if you're good enough, you can play nationally. Anyways, I'm going too far ahead. But yeah, we ain't won no games for like what, a month?
No. We won games.
We won. We won. Yeah, you weren't.
No.
If you watch,
but we won that last game.
No.
We won that last game against the Dodgers.
Right, y'all won without me. I'm not the problem.
Oh.
Y'all just went to replace me with somebody else who can't shoot better than me. That's all I know. But that's all I know. But so I went ahead and usually when it comes to the NBA games, I'm usually the GM or the coach of my team. But now I have my whole squad, including our youngest member, Sean, in the group. I went ahead and watched over our film. We have 3 hours and some change worth of film on our YouTube channel right now. So if you want a good,
was it really 3 hours?
Yes, bro,
Dang,
3.
That's why I was getting so good.
And we watched every single minute of the film.
We watched
broke down every play.
And yeah, there are so many. Again, accountability. Y'all ready? Mike.
Oh yeah, say it with your chest.
Mike had a whole open lane and would kick it out to the threes for somebody to get blocked in the corner.
That's their fault.
And if you can't say it's a lie, because I can pull up the minutes as when you did that.
I'm not saying it's a lie. I'm saying it's their fault. Ain't nobody tell them to shoot it.
In the mid range.
At that point, I'm trying to get my assist up.
All
You
I
feel
have
what
to say is, Jeffrey Higgins, you need to
What?
be shooting. You don't need to be.
I ain't no shooting.
You don't need to.
I'm
be
tired of that, bro.
But if you,
I don't even shoot in real life. You
but
feel what I'm saying?
That's
why
why
would
we
I
need
shoot?
to switch it up. You need to be.
You don't drive. You do shoot in real life. You shoot more than you drive in real life.
Oh,
You need to
You
make
do.
you need to make a slash.
he on that show.
Right. So you know me. This is how serious we take this game of 2K. Any sport, honestly, point blank period. This is how serious it is. So again, I'm the coach / GM, right? So on Sunday, I had a conference call
/ MVP.
/ MVP. I'm trying to be humble about it, but
I'm the reason he won that championship, by the way. Go ahead.
Oh, here you go.
when
You the reason I won mine too, huh?
Duh.
Oh, dang. Give me 4 minutes, 5:41. All right, go ahead.
Don't worry about it. But so the game is so serious to the point that we're seconds out of church, and I'm getting text messages like, "Hey, yo, conference call now." So I'm like, I'll pick up the phone and I'm hearing everybody's transgressions like, "Hey, yo, Rico can't be in charge." Rico can't do it.
Every play is on Rico. It's all on Rico.
Because you had 20 turnovers in 3 games. Of course.
I slick thought that SirGarrett was on a conference call for his work. The way his face was, he was like, he had a serious face on. I was like, oh, he must be busy. I ain't even talking right now. I hear he talking about, oh yeah, I'm gonna build a different character. I was like, oh, you talking about 2K? 20 seconds out of church, he just dismissed us out of church and he get phone calls.
Hey, when I say ball is life, ball is legitimately life. It don't matter if it's in person or virtually. Ball is life, point blank, period. So I'm over here making moves, and then I don't even ask people if I think it's okay. I just go ahead and switch the whole lineup, the whole style, put it out there, and everybody's like, "Yep, that sounds a lot better." So
Do I need to change my build? Do I need to let me know that let everybody know. Let us know the problems. Let us know what you observed. Everything.
So okay. So when it comes to the different types of builds, right? So 285 Live, what we've done is we've tried to create a player that reflects style of play in real life. So
that correlates with our player in real life, I guess. Yeah.
Right. I mean, granted, we're all probably like 10 inches taller than what we are in the game, but we ain't gonna talk about that. But
on a good day, I'm 6'3".
No comment.
On skates.
He's not even 6. He's not even 5'11" on skates. So that's not even
So we try to get characters that reflect us and get the tendencies of what we do as well. And for the most part, I think we've done a pretty decent job. It's just a matter of switching roles. And so that's the beautiful thing about us being basically all brothers, because we don't have to sugarcoat nothing. Like, nah, bro, you're terrible. Like this ain't for you. So
no, I'm the only one that gets those type of no. Oh no, we're not doing this. I'm the only one that gets, and my name is Sir Jeffrey Higgins, and I'm the only one that gets those type of backlashes. So nobody else get that.
So we just sit here and just grind Rico into a fine.
Wait, hold on. He didn't even say your name, not you all, but he didn't even say your name. So you automatically assuming it's you.
By yourself.
Yeah.
Oh.
You snitched on yourself.
Hey, he's just being accountable for what he did.
Yep.
Because he is his bill right now.
Wait, since we having this conversation, I would like to point out some things that I just do not agree with.
Okay.
Number one,
Archie can never play point guard ever again in life. Ever again. I don't care. I don't care if Sean get injured during the game. And it's not happening. Now, another thing, Archie, what he does is he will pass the ball with 2 seconds left on the shot clock and say, "Oh, I meant to pass it to you a long time ago, but I actually."
Hold
The
on.
thing beeping, no.
That was only once.
What? No, you can't even lie about that.
I can't lie, but the whole time in 3 hours, I only did that twice.
Please go check
No,
out,
you didn't.
check out the stream on our YouTube, 285 Live guys. Tell us what you think.
Wait, let the GM finish his breakdown because
break
Mike's
it
already
down.
throwing shots.
So,
But I gotta throw that out there for admin.
for admin reasons, I get it. But oh my gosh. So Sean, even though his player is a great big man, he doesn't stay in the doggone box enough to go to work. So our big men really
Wait. I can tell you what he stayed in the box long enough to do. Get a penalty.
No, I'll get those penalties this time.
And get dunked on.
and get dunked on. The man's 7'1" and gets dunked on. Oh my gosh. But there's too much driving and kicking. You can't have 4 people drive and kick and then one person try to be the cleanup man under the rim. That's not how that works for us, y'all. Like that's not it. So what I did, I have two different players. So you have an option of making 3 different builds, I think, probably more. But I made a small forward who could shoot, and I made a power forward who could shoot. And they're both pretty solid. My small forward is probably a little bit better than my power. But usually you have to have somebody that can spread the floor out, has that option of the wide open 3-point shot. So then you have an option on the outside. But since I was not playing those last 3 hours, everybody was kind of running around, no screens. I didn't see a lot of screens. The big men weren't backing folk down the way they should have because,
or picking up on screens.
Hey, it's hard to back down on that game. I ain't gonna lie to you.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. When you're going against if you're going against somebody 7'1" who is bigger than you, they push you like you ain't nothing.
Yeah.
I think it's just when I play y'all, it's pretty easy. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, hold on. I gotta do this because
let's talk about it because
let's talk about it. Okay.
People have been saying I've been cheating in the league. I would like let's acknowledge it, and then we can acknowledge the 7-7 long meet.
Let's acknowledge it. So outside of the team play that we also have our own online league where we take our said creative player and put them on the live roster of an NBA team. And so we've all chosen a team. We've all, our own GMs of said team making trades and things of that nature. Now, here's the problem.
Wait, before you proceed.
Yeah, you did quit.
Here's the problem that I have. The general manager of that league don't see nothing.
No, man.
No, man. Steroids were found in the whole 76ers locker room. And steroids were also found on Sir Duck.
I checked the logs. There was no horseplay. There was no wrongdoing on.
I'm trying to figure out how Jeffrey Higgins can't shoot with an own jump shot that he made on 2K, but he can shoot with air. He can shoot greens and splashing everybody's faces with 70s and people that he's never shot with before.
That's just a different breed.
I just checked the logs. He didn't have anything going. Now
I want to figure out how somebody's able to get 7'5", 7'10" in the league.
No. Here's the issue with that. And no offense to James, and no offense to Mario. Inviting people from the outside of the 285 circle will get you into that type of trouble. People taking 7'7" people. I'm not about to sit here and police up your friends. As a GM.
What?
I'm not police up your friends. You police
the GM. The GM is not gonna police the league at all. That's what
I feel like having a 7'7" person is that big of a deal because that's when he wasn't beating me with his 7'7" person. I had like He had like 10 turnovers with his 7'7" person. Mike Washington.
Yeah.
Did you win that? Did you win that game?
I did not because Klay Thompson
Yeah, Klay Thompson beat him.
destroyed me. He had like 45. And I was missing shots. So just to be accountable, I was missing shots. But that's that.
Let's talk
Okay.
about it.
Because if he not gonna play no more games, we need to go ahead and nip this in the bud right now. Because we need playoffs should have been started. I ain't gonna lie.
Until there's a change to the league, until people go back down from not being at 99 overall and 7 feet and having no cap space on their team, they're still able to make trades through the middle.
You haven't even made a trade all season.
Middle of the season. I have made a trade through the middle of the season. I have acquired Mark Gasol.
It's technically not the middle of the season because like a lot of games haven't been played in the beginning of the season. Like Jeffrey Higgins has played his games, like all his games with me. He's played all his games with Sean, I think. But like Brad hasn't played his game with me, so that was at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's technically not.
I'm not going to come back to the league until James is under 17.
Then please,
Well, we're not gonna wait on you either, so we need to make a decision.
Let me take over as a man, general manager.
You're
I will
not taking over.
everything.
I got 2 GMs, myself and SirGarrett are GMs. If he
Well,
feels,
how is this still happening?
English, what you say?
do
the
you
thing
feel
is-
like it's a problem with the 7'7" guy that Archie invited? I'm sorry, that Rico invited.
So do I have a problem with it?
Yeah,
I think they took better advantage of the rules that were set
Because the
versus-
rules weren't laid down by the general manager.
because we already
Correct.
established before we.
Because the
invited
general manager-
outsiders. We didn't invite outsiders, Rico. That's why we had to establish between us 5,
I thought it would be a good idea because
and it turned out not to be a good idea.
It evened up the size. Okay, there's 3 people on the Eastern Conference and there's 3 people on the Western Conference. It
But-
gives more of a challenge
But day
to
one,
people, and it's a more active league with more people that are willing to play.
but day
When
one,
the 2 general managers always have to get off the game because of personal reasons of their misses, they be mid game and they can't show up. They can't get on the system for 3-4 days.
has Mario played any of his games? Played 2.
He played.
Mario
me
has
once,
refused to
but he
play
hasn't
because
played
there's
me
also
since.
someone that's 7 feet and there's
have
also someone.
Okay, police him up because you invited him. I'm not about to police up no friends. Tell him the rules. We already established it beforehand. I'm not about to sit here and waste the little time that I do have in the game to police up the people that you invite. That's all I'm saying.
even though you're the general manager
Yeah,
of the league.
I don't have a problem with it. You're the only one that has a problem with it
So why can't I just run the league? That's what the whole thing is.
because you're the only one that has a problem with it. Is that not a fair assessment?
I'm still retired. I'm not coming back.
All right. So,
The league-
are we filming all of his games? Because
All of
Go, yeah, we can. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that.
Now,
Mario
I'm
said he
gonna
said 2.
let him know that he got to be 6'10". That's the limit.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's cool with me.
You
So
have to
as-
let him know. You just take his player down to 6'10".
Then he
Nah,
goes,
you can't do that.
no, I will tell him so he can be accountable for his own player and do it.
So 285 Live, as you can see, we take this game very seriously. And you understand why my efforts as the admin is very excruciating to the point where I get on the phone as soon as I'm done learning my lesson about Jesus for the
At
day.
the end of the day, this is
So-
not gonna change nothing. I've only lost once, and that was to Bradley Dennis because I was drunk and I was with my wife. So therefore, that means it really wasn't even a loss. You could really put an asterisk next to that win, Brad. And I just wanted to let you know you're never gonna beat me again, Bert. I can't really say much about you because I just never know what's going. And Archie, you're not even on my level. I'm way surpassed you. So I don't even know why you should quit now while it's good for you.
You have to make it to the finals first, sir. And it looks
Don't worry about me
looks like
making it because
look
I'm
like
a
look like SirGarrett. Your boss. Okay, your
my
king.
boss.
Yes.
Oh, my boss. Is that how you gonna word that? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll see you.
What I'm
Brian.
confused
Who's carried you to all your championships?
He didn't carry me to nowhere. He didn't
Have you
carry
won a
me.
championship? Wait,
Are we-
I want to
are
know
we
this.
on-
Have you won a championship on your own?
Are we?
There is a reason as to why they brought me back at the pick.
No, I want to know. I want to know.
I don't wanna hear it.
Have you ever won a championship on your own?
Didn't I save you? Didn't you have
No,
to
you
stop
didn't
playing?
save me.
Whoa.
You came. Let me tell you.
No. Because
You
then
came-
you have
you
to.
came to
No,
my
you
team
gave
after-
me and Sean the
wait.
controller. No,
Let
you
me
gave
tell
us the
you.
controller because you couldn't even play with your own man.
All
I don't want to hear it.
You
We're
can't-
gonna
you
continue this hot topic off the.
I have to finish
podcast.
this last sentence. This last word.
Last sentence.
You
You
suck.
came to my
You
team
suck.
after I won a championship.
You suck. No, I don't want to hear it. You suck.
begging me can I win you a ring?
No, and then I had to
Because Bradley
say,
did. Because SirGarrett Thanos put you up for adoption.
what? All right, we'll continue this another day. I'm not
We're
having
gonna
this
continue
disrespect.
this riveting conversation at a different, more appropriate time. Because this is 285. This ain't 75 trying to get on the exit to 20. This is 285. So basically, what I want to say is, we're streaming on YouTube. I have some reels on Instagram, Facebook. We're doing stuff on Twitter. Once again, I'll have all the stuff on the screen for you to listen to. I'll have it in the description on Spotify, Amazon Music. Still trying to get Apple. Please, one of y'all Apple users, please go and look into that. Because I am tired of Apple. I already don't like them.
Understandable.
I'm a PC Samsung guy, so please, you Apple users, go ahead and handle that. But yeah, I'm doing my twitch.tv/Maddogg91. I'm gonna try to get these guys to do Twitch as well, so that they can stream and you can see different perspectives of us play the 2K games. We might play other games like Mortal Kombat, Tekken, Grand Theft Auto, stuff like that. Trying to get everything in order. More admin. Episode 6 will be out tonight. We recorded this on January 10th. Happy birthday to my brother who passed away. My brother-in-law, Sean Edwards. He would be.
Rest in peace.
He'd be 51 today?
Sir, rest in peace. Rest in peace.
So I do want to give him a shout out. Very important part of the family. Miss you very much. To those who've lost people during this COVID season, stayed up with you. Love you guys as well. Want to keep it real. Final thoughts. Anybody? Final thoughts on the 2K stuff, streaming stuff, goals for the future.
I will be a champion again. If all the cheating could stop.
He said he gonna bring him. He said he gonna make his player at 6, whatever. But it don't
Tell him
even
to
matter.
go ahead and do it. Tell him to go ahead and
Cause
do
you
it
still
now.
gotta play him.
Tell him I'm ready to smack cheeks. I'm ready to smack
Ollie
cheeks.
also.
Do I have any more games against you?
You haven't even played him yet.
Do I have any more games against you?
No, I beat you all the times we played, so you shouldn't be worried about me.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
All right. Sir,
Well-
please close us out so we can go play 2K.
Yes. Yes. So again, 2022 is gonna come out big, as you can see. A lot more emotions, a lot more energy, a lot more personal content coming your way.
A lot more losing.
Anywho, so please, all of our brodies and brodettes, beautiful people, as you make your way to your exit, make sure you have your mirrors set, your seatbelt on, get ready to get off your exit, and use your blinkers. Use your blinkers. I don't care. I'm tired of y'all not using your blinkers. Use your blinkers and update y'all's Xboxes. We love y'all. Take care. We'll see y'all next time. Episode 7 coming soon. Peace.
Happy Pride Xbox month.